Black Power. It's been another long, wild week. This morning so far has been a very rough morning. We learned one of our brothers from our community out here in LA had a heart attack. So, those of you who have known me for the past 10 years will most definitely know this brother. If you are available to visit with him in the hospital, because again, in these hospitals, we have to monitor the staff, the doctors, how they are treating our loved ones, but if you could also offer support to the family that is needed. We also learned our comrade brother Dino was picked up by the slave catchers early this morning. I haven't got all the information on that, but as I get more, I will most definitely share it. Meaning, Dino has been one of the most active people out here in LA as far as our movement, dealing with internal issues within our communities, most definitely on the front line of resistance against this genocide happening by cop. So anytime he or one of our comrades get gaffled, we most definitely have to be vigilant in ensuring our support. So, they won't do anything more to them, or if they are doing anything more, we can address it. So whether it's today or the next few days, jail support or even court support. But as I get more information, I will most definitely share that. Also, I shared a video earlier this week showing how the sheriffs have been babysitting us. So whether they, plotting to do something, that they do, or plotting some charges or whatever. But in those videos, I think the most important, well, all of it was important, but one thing I really trying to get people to see was that third car that came by, unmarked car, a plainclothes officer. And again, that is the type of situation that can most definitely explain a lot of these shootings and other things that are happening throughout our communities that people in the communities have no clue as to what's happening. But again, they try to label it as gang related. And also around the same time, we were sharing videos with reports from both Dino and Kevin that shootings were happening in other areas in the cities. And as comrades were talking to people, again, folks have no clue because quite often when things are gang related, people know what's happening. But in these situations, we don't know. So, you know, most definitely thanking everyone who stepped up, inquired about what was happening, offered support, as far as that specific incident with us. But again, as we know, these are consequences of being in a resistance against all this madness that happens to us. But as more people get involved, they cannot neutralize the people's agenda. So the thing is to not allow them to intimidate, scare you, and keep you from being involved and keep you from doing the things you need to do. So as far as the genocide that is happening right now, the numbers of people that have been killed by police are over 300. Again, a high number of black people continue to be killed, but also we see the attacks by other non-black people against blacks is also continue to intensify. Last night I saw two videos. The first one were three sisters who went to a white restaurant, and for whatever reason they were asking for a refund. So at one point the employees started attacking them and putting sisters in chokeholds, slamming sisters on the ground, grabbing them by the hair. One sister was holding a baby, trying to fight. And again, we had other blacks just standing there. One brother was videotaping it. He could have passed the camera to the sister with the baby and intervened. Then it was another clownish Negro who worked there who came out and just stood and guarded their cash registers as the shit unfolded. So, um, you know, again, part of the responsibility on us is to stop patronizing these people. They are showing us loud and clear on every single level, not just whites but non-blacks, that form of racism is intensifying too. Got stop giving them our money. We are financing our destruction. The second incident was a sister at a nail shop who, again, wasn't satisfied with her service and was complaining. And a lot of people are commenting saying, she deserved to get her ass whooped and she was acting crazy. But the question you have to first look at is, why was she mad? She was mad because information I've gotten so far is she wasn't satisfied with the service. And while she's talking to the shop owners about this, another customer further incites her. So yeah, she snapped. And a lot of people, again, trying to, maybe you might be that pacified to where, you would allow that to happen to you. But, again, part of the psychological conditioning is that we as black people can't get mad. We as black people don't have rights. We as black people shouldn't complain. We as black people shouldn't defend ourselves. And that thought pattern, that pathology in and of itself is unnatural, corrupt, is weak. So yeah, the sister should not have even been in that shop. But again, she was attacked. And again, you had other black women sitting around laughing, talking about she was in the wrong, telling her to calm down. Um, One of the things is for people to sit back and allow this to happen suggests there's also spiritual issues that are happening within our people. They could sit back and be entertained with seeing another black person being attacked like that, while you see all these other people step up and are helping each other. In the case of the nail shop, you see two other women holding the door closed so she couldn't get out, and then you saw a second man come in and help attack her. In the first incident where the women are at the restaurant, you saw damn near that whole white staff come out, men, women, everything, and start attacking these sisters. But again, weak Negroes sitting around, standing around, recording shit just so they could throw some shit up and get some likes, which is very unfortunate at this stage of what is happening. So again, just putting out a word to sisters, because it was a lot of comments that black men are weak, this, that, and the other. But if you are in a situation where you don't have strong black men who will intervene, it's on you to now start preparing, like many of our ancestor warrior queens had to do in their time. Overstand why Yaa Asantewaa had to stand up and lead her people in battle, because she saw the men around her were weak. Overstand the strength of Queen Nzinga. Overstand Queen warrior Winnie Mandela. So those are the spirits within our sisters that have to be resurrected. I mean, within brothers, we need work too. But again, part of that was the strategy in the effeminization process of having all these black men who youngsters was looking up to put on dresses, doing all this bullshit. It was part of the campaign to kidnap and remove a lot of brothers from our communities, whether it was the war on drugs or the so-called war on gangs, and throw them on these prison plantations. So, our communities be wide open to these attacks. But now it's time to start getting in motion to reverse these issues. As far as the gentrification, information came out last week showing that in LA, in the black and brown communities, people are having to spend over 60% of their income for rent. And the thing with that, well, a few things with that. One, as you spending the majority of your income on that alone, it doesn't allow you to take care of many other areas where you need to survive. But again, as you're putting all of that into rent, you come up short a few months and you to put all of your efforts and energies into nothing, and it leaves you in a homeless, semi-homeless situation. But reversing that is overstanding all the efforts that were put into people like Mark Ridley Thomas, who a couple weeks ago was saying, he's not tripping because his personal property value has gone up, at the expense of the displacement of thousands of other black people, the genocide against hundreds, thousands of other black people. But he personally is benefiting off of it because his property value is going up. But when we continue, or those of you who vote continue to vote for people like that, rather than coming out and getting more involved in political engagement, political consequences, that's the result. So right now, yeah, a lot can be done to push back against what is happening. But if all y'all gonna do is just watch these videos, like it, and then go right back, to living your life, keep complying and paying these high rents and patronizing these businesses and all cool with these new people that are moving in, then eventually you're gonna be put out. Even the working class that feels secure at this moment. A lot of the folks who lost their homes in, again, the housing crisis were working class, middle class, upper middle class, and it's because it's an agenda to even seize their properties. So now is the time. As far as the prison slavery, we are still asking for support on Faison's behalf. We haven't got word either way. But additionally, all of you who know other folks who have been wrongfully convicted, now is the time to join and start pressing on their behalf. We don't know how far, how much success people will have with these current efforts, but we most definitely have to seize the time and make the most out of it. Because again, that's part of the reason a lot of them are on those prison plantations, so these other people can do what they're doing. They wouldn't be doing that shit if a lot of these brothers were present. As far as the issue with the businesses, again, just emphasizing that those who are benefiting off of this current movement to buy black, that you reinvest in our communities and our people, whether it's programs, whether it's some of these other businesses where we still see our people patronizing nail shops, beauty shops, whatever, phone shops. All of these are investments that other people are making money off of and paying their rent and taking care of their family. So we most definitely need more support to do that. Those of us who are out here, we not rich, wealthy people. Some of us entrepreneurs, some folks working jobs where they not getting paid bullshit, but collectively putting together what we have to try to do something. Even donations on our website, we've only gotten $10 thus far. So we not sitting back, making bank off the internet. For the videos on YouTube, my AdSense account was disabled back in 2012, so it's no money being generated off of videos. But again, overstanding, the bigger issue is getting this information and hopefully having more people act on this information. But at the same time, because we are living within the financial structure we are, that is most definitely needed. So whether it's people who have the resources and money stepping up, getting involved, assisting, or more people coming and adding to the collective pot and giving your input on how you would like to see or things you would like to see done, because right now that's all we're attempting to do. As far as self-governance, all of this is related to that. This isn't about trying to have people come up under our umbrella or us trying to be the leader of all the people, but having more of us get involved and involved in things that people know need to get done. And right now, pretty much all of this is things that affect all of us. So when we say self-governance, again, it's not trying to get us in certain positions or over people or have numbers on us, but collectively building our organizing our people to be more effective and to exert more power. Specifically with us, with all this going on, we're still considering going out into Kamathi Park today, over in Africa Town, and continuing the Break Bread program because it's still very much under attack. It is the heart of Black LA, so we most definitely have to keep that going. We went back and viewed the parking lot where people who either sleep in their cars or other folks who had tents in their park have been relocated to for now. That most definitely is a situation that needs help. That's why we are pushing for housing and not, services are needed, but housing is first and foremost. So that's why we're also asking those who are familiar with grants or even politics, period, to help us with the reparations committee or to just step up and assist in whatever way you can. Because right now, again, this isn't something where we're trying to put people under our umbrella and get more money for us, but we're trying to get more people educated, organized to go back to your different communities, be it Long Beach, Compton, Inglewood, wherever, and start pushing in those areas to secure some of these grants, or even we get we have to do a lot of this on our own. But again, because a lot of us are not in that financial position, the reality is we have to get every form of assistance we can in the meantime, between time, because this is happening. This situation is being expedited. People talking about next year, this time next year is going to be even less of us if more of us do not get active right now. So that is why we're emphasizing, you know, join us today. Whatever other shit you had planned today, if it could be put on hold, please put it on hold. Come join us, or get involved however you can. Tomorrow, we will be back at the Leimert Park Village stakeholders meeting. Again, we have renamed the park Kamathi Park and our community Africa Town, but many more issues that affect many of you in this community will be on the table. And again, we know we're not the spokesperson for anyone other than ourselves, so that's why we want you to bring your voice to it and also your collective input. All power to the people.